Rhyce, congratulations. You've galvanised the group this week and just beaten Richmond by 37 points. Could that have gone any better as your debut as a senior coach?
No, look, it was a pretty good performance, wasn't it? The boys really put their best footy out there, and I was really pleased with their effort. But look, it wasn't just me. I'll give you a hot tip with our other coaches, Lee Tudor, Darren Crocker, Jared Moore, Jason Lappin, put in a heap of work this week. And the whole group was heading in the right direction throughout the week. We had a slow build, but we produced some really good footy tonight.
I think it's pretty well reported tonight that the boys love you and there's real buy-in, I guess similar to perhaps what Roosie had when he was an assistant back in 2002 at Sydney and then went on to become a senior coach. Do you feel there's a bit of that sort of story potentially in this for you?
Oh, look, I hope so. I really have enjoyed my time at this football club, and when I spoke to Brad about coming down here last year, he spoke about how tight this group was and how tight the club was, and I really wanted to be a part of that. And it's fast forwarded pretty quickly from there, but no, I'm really pleased with where I'm at right now and where the group's going.
You dare to dream about the season ahead too, Rhyce, in the sense that you're only a couple of games out of the 8.
Yeah.
There's a lot of footy to be played, to play finals this particular year as well.
Yeah, look, to be honest, I have not even thought about it. This week's been a massive whirlwind, and my number one priority was the players, and I spoke about that earlier in the week. They needed to let everything sink in. They needed to deal with that, and then slowly but surely build their minds towards Richmond. And at this point in time, all I can say is that they played some really good footy, and that's the type of footy that we want to play going forward, and that's our benchmark. So now we refocus on Gold Coast.
It was the most pleasing thing that it was the younger kids. We expect the same from Cunnington and Zeeble and Higgins and the like, but it was the younger kids who stood up with those pressure acts early.
Yeah, look, the kids they've been really, really good. They probably haven't got the accolades other than Cam when he won the Rising Star, but these guys are playing some super footy. Like Taran Thomas, he's just playing some great footy. He's a team first player, but when he breaks the shackles, you guys will know about him. And then to go along with Jai Simkin and Luke Davies-Uniacke here, it's pretty good.
Can you describe your nerves tonight before the game as a senior coach compared to, say, what you thought as an assistant coach and what you thought as a player before games of footy?
Yeah, well, look, I went for a 15-minute run at the club beforehand just to run out the nerves, to be honest. It was, it was getting the better of me, but getting to the game, I was really calm, and I know we put in a lot of work this week, and I was really pleased with how we'd gone about it and what we were really focusing on, and I think the boys really acclimatised well to the pressure early, and then we got going and kicked a few goals, and I think the confidence started to build, and I think it was really pleasing from there.
Do the lollies that you're eating in the coach's box settle the nerves? The camera's caught you eating quite a few.
Yeah, no, I've been told that already. I think it was just to shut me up more than anything, but it was just such a pleasing performance. I couldn't be more proud of the playing group and the footy club, and even though I've been here 7 months, I feel as though I'm embedded in this place now, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what we can do.
Rhyce, your own imprint, Rhyce, on the game. Did you go more one-on-one, and was it a specific strategy, if you like, to target Tom Lynch, just in terms of just sort of half getting stuck in him throughout the game, I guess?
Yeah, we went in with the mindset that we wanted to attack our opponents. That's what we're about. We're a physical football team. We've got physical players like Jack Zeeble, Ben Cunnington, Cameron Zerha. These guys are big bodies. They attack the man, and like Jed Anderson, I can't believe I just forgot Jed. These guys go after them, and I wanted to encourage that in those players. But we identified some things that Richmond were doing, and we kind of went with the flow a little bit, and it worked really well.
Rhyce, I guess we surprised in a way at how well the players, it's a fairly significant moment last week in the club's history, and for them to just compartmentalise that, put it to one side, come out and beat one of the best teams the last couple of years in such emphatic fashion. Has that surprised you a bit?
Well, no, it doesn't really surprise me, to be honest. Like, based on last week's performance and the last month, we've been playing some really good footy. And Brad was really encouraging our guys to go along that path, and the rewards will come. And it just so happens that last week they started playing really good footy, and this week we produced the type of footy that we want to play going forward. And it doesn't surprise me at all that those guys did that, because they're just a bunch of amazing human beings, and to do what they did last week and then follow that up this week, it's pretty special.
Do you reckon that may have been Mason Wood's possibly the best game of his career, given the opposition he was up against?
I'd like to say that, but he kicked 4 against me as a Sydney defensive coach last year, so it's pretty much embedded in my head. That was a super game. But look, he played really good footy. He played good footy last week as well, so Mace is really starting to string it together. We think we found a role for him, so it's fantastic, and he's really stepping up.
Can you explain to us how you've potentially redefine different roles in the coaching group, given that you're now the senior coach, so others presumably need to take responsibility elsewhere?
Yeah. So Darren Crocker's gone to defence. Jared Moore stays as stoppages, but he takes over Croc's midfield transition roles, and Lee Tudor's still the forwards coach. So we're running a bit of a skeleton crew, but I actually kind of like it. It's good. We're a pretty close group. Couple of old heads there, and me and Bulldog, but it works really well. The dynamic's great, and those guys have been fantastic for me, especially like Croc and Lurko. It's been great.
Dusty looked like he may have been set to take the game by the scruff of the neck late in the second quarter. To respond to that with, I think it was like 8 goals in a row or something like that.
Yep.
Was that one of the most pleasing aspects of the performance?
Yeah, I think our ability to change the momentum was fantastic, and I think that's a really important part of today's football. Teams are getting run-ons and they can score really quickly, and I think our ability to change that, change the flow of the game and get it back on our terms was really important.
Was that a product partly of your tackling pressure, particularly in the third quarter, Rhyce? It was incredible.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, our tackling pressure was elite tonight. I haven't seen anything like it. Guys coming from everywhere, and I thought they really put the pressure on the Richmond defence, and it started with our forwards, Kane Turner, Jed Anderson, Cam Zerha, the small medium types, but then Brownie, Larks, Mason Wood actually competing in the air, bringing the ball to deck, and then finally getting the rewards in that second half, which is great.
How do you get the balance right this week of keeping a lid on it to actually letting the guys show some emotion and enjoy the win?
Yeah, no, I'm all for that. The boys have got to enjoy their wins. It's a part of footy. If you don't enjoy them, it just makes it so much harder. And I think our guys are going to get a good balance this week. They know the direction we want to go, but I certainly encourage them to enjoy it and enjoy it together.
Is that part of the reason John Denver was playing in the change rooms after the game?
I wouldn't have a clue. Some of the music that goes on in this joint is unbelievable. Yeah.
Jamie McMillan, the only casualty with a potential calf, which is unfortunate. Is that the situation?
Yeah, I think so. He might have nicked his calf, but we'll go see, get some scans tomorrow and see how that pans out. But he seems pretty confident, but we'll have to see what happens.
We had a lot of congratulatory messages on your phone the last 20 minutes, no doubt from Tony, and one of the most famous, distinguished football families. It must be make you so proud tonight.
Yeah, look, I'm proud of my family and our heritage and what we've done, and they've been a great support to me, and they've really moulded me into the person I am now, and I'm really proud of that. And I've certainly had my ups and downs over the years, and I'll tell you what, when I was 25, I didn't think I'd be here, but I am now, and I think that's based on my family and how they support and always protect each other, and I feel as though I try to carry that message into my coaching.
Any other injuries, or is that pretty much a clean bill?
I think that's it.
Yeah.
To be honest, yeah.